Today we are going to be going over basically how you can run your business during the summer. And the reason we want to talk about summer is because it's very different from the rest of the year. There's no major holiday that you can really, plan a business around except for maybe the 4th of July. And on top of that, most of the people that you're going to interact with are going to be super, super busy during the summer, okay? We know that parents usually spend most of their time with their kids, so they've got things like scouts, reunions, camps, lessons, and of course their vacations. And so when you try to meet up with them, you'll usually find that they'll tell you, well, we're just too busy, I'd love to, but I'm just too busy. So what are we going to do about that? And we're going to talk about that. And also, Haley is going to be telling us about all the products we currently have that you guys can use in the summer to have some great meetups, and introducing our brand new 2 products for based on the 4th of July. They're very, very cool. So, all right, let's talk about this whole summer thing, okay? So like I said, people are super busy, and so you guys are going to have to plan ahead. Now, when we talk about planning ahead, we're not saying like a week or 2, we're talking like several months. Okay, so in this picture here you can see I've got the calendar up because honestly, if you're going to try to have something in June, you're going to need something scheduled and planned in April. That's how soon parents start thinking about and planning what they want to do for the summer. Okay, and so if you're doing it in April, you'll find that people are more open. They'll kind of say, yeah, that's great. In the mornings might be really good, and I'll just put my daughter's piano lessons in the afternoon or something. All right, and so you won't be able to get all that set up unless you do that ahead. Okay. Also, the other thing you guys can do to help generate meetups is to think differently about it. So, the first thing and the first way you can think differently about it is, what about holding a meetup during the day? Most parents during the summer, they don't want to go out at night or on weekends because that's like their family time. They want to get everything done in the morning and get it over with. So you could always hold it during the day, and if parents want to come, why not ask one of them to be the babysitter that time? Maybe you meet 4 times, and the first time you say, hey, Jill, I'll give you 20% off your kid if you'll watch the kids this time. And then all the parents will come, and they'll make their stuff while the kids are in the other room. And so that's one way that you can get the moms there and get them doing stuff. Another idea that I have up here is holding a craft camp at a rec center. I'm not sure what rec centers you have by you, but I know here in Utah and also in New York where I'm from, there's about one for every city, and they always have a craft class. And most of the time, the stuff they do is pretty boring. We're talking like paper crafts with paper plates and toilet paper rolls, and I know because I sent my kids to some of them. I spent a lot of money, and when they came back and they showed me what they made, I thought, what a waste. Like, they didn't even learn anything, right? And so this is a great opportunity, but with the rec centers, you have to schedule early as well. They get busy, and most of the time for them, they want at least a 4-month ahead, like a plan. So if you go to them and they tell you, we've got someone already, hey, show them some of the stuff that you make and say, what about next year? I'd love to do it next year, right? The cool thing is with rec centers, you don't have to pay like a fee up front to hold your place. What they do is they charge you a percentage of how many kids show up. So if there's 8 kids, you might get charged 10% for those 8 kids. But if only 4 show up, you're only going to pay the 10% on those 4. So it's not very risky for you to do that. The other thing you can consider is doing the Mom and Me mornings at a friend's home. I actually am scheduling those already. They're like a kids camp, but if moms want to come, they can. And so what I did this year, and I'm going to show you that in a second, is planned it out with a couple of moms, and from that we went from a few to a lot, but we'll get to that in a second. Because I wanted to just mention the theme summer party. We have a lot of kits that were designed that you guys can actually use outside and gather around it. Something like the limelight. I don't know if you guys have seen that in our products, but it's beautiful. And Haley's going to talk about that more in a bit. But that's a way that you can kind of, set up a party around it. Maybe have drinks like lemonade, limeade, something. Be outside, and making that. So there's ways you can do that. So let's talk a little bit more about summer kids meetups, because I really feel like in the summer this is where you get your best results. I am a parent, but my kids are much older, so they're going to college, and so, you know, the kids' age group I'm going to be working with is not the same. That's okay. So what? In fact, I find it fun. I miss the little ones. They find joy in the simplest things, and it's a lot of fun. So what I did, and you can kind of see there's a letter. It's a little bit blurry because we don't want you to see the exact wording. You should write the way you want to write it. But I basically sent out an email to 100 people, and I said, hey, everybody, I'm going to do kids crafting in the summer. It's going to be really fun. We're going to hold it 4 times. The price is $35, and I had pictures of the kits I wanted to use. This time I'm doing Bella Bloom and the Summer Sorbet, the bracelet. And I said to them, guess what your kids are going to learn by doing this, right? With the bracelet, we're going to teach them actually how to make the dangles. I have some extra head pins at home. That's the metal wire you put the beads on. You bend that, and it attaches to the bracelet. And so we're going to learn how to do that and work with jewelry tools. They're going to learn, obviously, how to string beads and do patterns, which is pretty fun. And then with the Bella Bloom, that's an even more interesting project because they have to learn how to sort and size and go in sequence. And the fact that it's this cool crepe paper from Italy and it's thick and they can bend it and it takes shape, when I started talking about it in the email, it was interesting to see the results I got because people were really happy with the fact that it wasn't just a fun thing, it was a valuable thing because there was that educational piece. And so after I sent it out, it was funny because within like 10 minutes I got like 5 people already. Oh yeah, we love it, we want to sign up, you know. And in fact, there's a couple of blurbs up there, actual ones from my friends. There's a couple of people that even wrote in and said, you know what, I don't have any girls, but it sounds so fun. I wish I could send my boys, right? It's like, I wish I could do it. And a couple of my friends had younger girls and then their older daughters, and they were interested. But they thought, well, I don't know if it's the right age. Could I maybe come and send my daughter as a helper? Which would be great. If that's what happens, that's wonderful. I mean, if those girls enjoy it, odds are the mom's going to enjoy it, and we're going to have some customers that are older, right? The parents, right? And so I'm going to do that with those girls. I've gotten already 14 back that are coming. So that kind of talks to the fact that, you know, you have to invite a lot of people just to get that number. But I know it's going to grow because I haven't even talked to anybody really face-to-face yet. This is just sending one email. All right, so doing the math, 14 times 35 is pretty good for one email, right? Okay, so now, what kinds of products do we have that you guys can work with that fit summer? Well, Haley's going to talk to you about those right now.
Hi, it's Haley. The first product that we're going to talk about is Daydream. This one is our best seller so far. It's really fun and easy to make. You can make this with your daughter or give it as a gift. It's kind of a hard kit to mess up. I don't know if you've made it yet, but it's pretty easy. You just string on the doily and string the string on the hoop, and it's a very fun one. It's light and airy. You can hang it in the middle of your room, let the ribbons blow in the wind, or hang it above your bed. The next kit is This Land Is Your Land, and this one is perfect for this time of year, the summer months. Display your piece from Memorial Day to Labor Day, or all year round if you want to show your patriotism. You can personalize this one with how you stain. So the paints in it are actually stained, so you can layer them thicker to give it a darker look. The kit also comes with 3 stars that you can personalize with where you live or possibly where you're traveling for the summer. So that's a very fun one. Seabreeze is, the seller of this one is how it sounds. That's just the best part about it. The glass pieces have been hand cut and tumbled and picked out specifically for how they're arranged on that stick. So when they clink together, the bigger pieces give a deeper sound, and the lighter or the smaller pieces give a higher pitch. So the sound of this one is just perfect, and you can hang this on your back patio when the wind catches it. You'll just love it. It's perfect.
I love that one too, by the way. Just saying. The sound is amazing. It relaxes me, so I have to have a bunch of them in my house.
One in every room.
One in every room.
Yes.
That's right.
So Limelight, this one is like a big 3D puzzle. It comes with a bunch of laser cut pieces that you stack together and pre-printed vellum sheets that when the light is inside the lantern, it just glows so nicely. The color comes through those citrus pieces, and it's just beautiful. This one's perfect, like Deb said, for an outdoor gathering. Put it on your table as a centerpiece, or bring it indoors and put it on an end table. Bird Bistro is a fun one also to make with your little kids. The boys like this one a lot. This one's fairly simple too. You just hammer in the nails to put this one together. It also comes with wood glue. And then you just slide the bottle into the case. You can use this as an opportunity to teach your kids about birds and bird watching. And we've had some customers send in pictures of this bird feeder used in their backyard, and the birds actually sitting on the table eating out of the bird feeder.
It'd be so fun, you guys, to do with the Mom and Me concept. I think the parents will love that.
Yeah, this one's a fun one, and it's fun to see the birds actually come and eat the food. So Sweet Sorbet, this one is a quick and easy project, especially for little girls. The elastic makes it so that you can size this to whatever size you want. The beads are pretty and have a great variety, so you can make a pattern or you can just do it pretty random and choose how you string those beads on the bracelet. So Fresh Hello is made with real moss, so if you spritz it with water, it'll stay nice and fluffy. But if you don't really mind and you don't plan on touching it really, then it can harden up, but the color stays just the same exact vibrant green. So this one's a fun one. Just warning, don't put it in direct sunlight, because if you do, it'll torch the moss, of course, because it's live moss. So make sure it's covered under your patio if you hang it outside, or bring it indoors. This one's a fun one to welcome guests to a party.
Could we put flowers or something out for summer, do you think?
Yeah.
We had little flowers maybe glued on. I don't know.
Glue on little flowers, make it more springy. Yeah, you can do pretty much anything you want to that Fresh Hello. We also have one that doesn't come with the moss that you could really put whatever you want on it. We've got that open option
cool.
for that one.
That might be easier then.
Yeah. So this All-American Coaster is one of our brand new kits launching tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It comes with 4 coasters, and the pieces are laser cut. It's kind of patterned off of our other coaster kit, but this one has less pieces, so it's a little easy to put together, and it also has more clean, smooth lines. It was inspired from the vintage World War II aircraft insignia. It includes gorgeous silver metallic paint that really catches the sunlight. It was a little hard to capture that in this photo, but the silver really, it really has
I've seen it in person. It really does.
Cool. Also, we've used that paint for around the edges of the coasters, so they all have that silver metallic on each piece. You can use these at your summer barbecues or display year-round. Indoors, these are just a fun kit. We've also had the idea of, instead of using them as coasters, to put them in a square picture frame and then display it more like upright rather than
that'd be
a
cool.
piece. So there's a lot of ways you can use these to.
That would go good in a boys' room. At least my boys, there's a lot of red. My one has a red room and the other has blue.
Yeah.
You could hang that up.
Yeah.
If it was in that frame.
That'd be cute.
Yeah. I guess I'd do that this weekend. I just got to do a lot of stuff.
Our next kit that's launching tomorrow is the Star Spangled Banner. And this one measures 9 feet long. It includes 9 linen pennants and a stenciled mask. You can make your pennants look exactly like ours. We've included a little reference sheet here so you can see how to lay out your stencils, or you can make them however you want with your design. The kit also includes some laser cut wood stars and ribbons so you can hang tassels and the stars between each pennant piece. This one's designed to be hung outside, but just don't let it get exposed to the rain or sprinklers. The linen pieces will tend to curl up.
And we don't want that.
So if you're hanging it outside, make sure it's covered, or bring it back in when you're done with your party or barbecue or whatever. This one's also cute to hang on your mantle or your banister, going up your stairs or whatever. So yeah, both of these two kits will be launching tomorrow. And we encourage you to buy these kits and make them so that you can have first-hand experience with the product. This will really help you to sell the product and help your customers when they're making the product. And you can say, oh, well, I had a problem with this, or do this differently, or this was really fun, and this is where I hung it. And then your customers will know that, oh, if you liked it, then I'm going to like it. And you hung it there, so I'm going to hang it here. Yeah. And so it kind of gives you a reference point to talk about.
It's hard to sell something, you guys, that you've never seen personally, you know. I remember when I did the pastel shell, I got 2 of them from my grandma, and I was painting them, and I realized, my gosh, there's so many pieces to paint. I wonder how I could do this faster, maybe. And I just took tape and made these long bubbles, you know, connected to 2 ends, put them on aluminum foil, stuck all the wood of each, you know, of the same color on one bubble, and that way I was able to paint, like, within 10 minutes. I had, like, all the pieces almost done. And it was really cool, but if I wouldn't have made that kit, I would have had no idea that that was something I could share with my customers, right? Because as a coordinator, you want to share tips and tricks. We're the experts, right? And the only way to be an expert is to actually make the stuff, you know?
Yep.
So that's really, really important. Okay, so the slide up right now is Think Differently. Before I get to that, I just want to go back and revisit one thing, and that's the kid camp thing again. So when you're planning it, there's a couple of things you have to also keep in mind. One thing I forgot to mention, but it's very important. When working with kids, you don't want to be the only person in that room with them, okay? Just for safety. If something happened and a kid said something, you want somebody else there who can say, no, you know, that's not what happened, that's not what this person meant, or whatever. Because, you know, with kids sometimes, not as much with girls, okay, I have boys, and I can tell you that they get fooling around, it's just for fun, somebody gets hurt, and all of a sudden one of the boys is saying, well, so-and-so said this and did this to me. And if you're the only one there and you say something to the parent, they're like, oh, yeah, right. Like, you need the backup. It's a safety thing, okay? And it doesn't have to necessarily be like another person the same age. Like, I know that if my teenager is doing it with me, he's 18, like, there's 2 of us, right? You're safe. So just think about that.
Also there to help you out.
Yeah.
Right? Just
it would be nice to have some help, right? Yeah. For sure. No, I totally agree with that. Yeah. And then the other thing is when you're putting together your camp, you know, you don't have to do the same products I chose. I just like those 2, and I thought it'd be good for the age group I was doing. That's what you have to think about. What age are you going after? For me, I did 8 and up. You might want to do 10 to 12, right? You have to kind of think about that. And also consider, maybe you want to do one of your own projects you've got at home and one of the Apostrophe S kits. It doesn't always have to be 3 or 2 Apostrophe S kits. You can mix it up, okay? Just something to think about. All right, so back to this last slide over here. All right, so thinking differently. So now that we've talked about a bunch of different ways to hold these meetups and have people come over and make the kits, you need to think about how you can market that. Because as a coordinator, that's our biggest job, is that we're going to market to people to get them interested, okay? So you can talk about the summer kits through social media. I know that I use Facebook. I don't use Instagram as much, so if you've been on there, you'll see I haven't even posted anything yet. You know, I'm getting to it, I promise. But for now, you know, I've got my Facebook and I have emails. And I always want to post a picture of the kit, and I put a little blurb under there. Like, if it's something I just made and I loved it, I'll say, like, oh, my gosh, I love this land is your land, because not only did I get to make it and it looks great, I actually changed it. And so I put some of the things I did to it. I put little keepsakes from all of our family vacations on the states across the map of where we had been over the last 5 years, and my boys love that. It's really cool to look at. So maybe you can just post about how you kind of made it yours and what you like about the kit, right? The other thing is you can review a new product. So when like today, we have 2 new products coming out. Why not post both of them? Not in the same thread. I would say I would do it separately. I'd do one, wait till the next week and do the second one. And, you know, that way it's kind of interesting and people are like, whoa, what's this? Oh, it's new, it's super cute. You know, it just drives people to go to the website. Okay, that's what you want. And how do we get them to the website? We have to use your customer direct code. You need to make sure that you have your picture, your little blurb, and then the link. It's that simple, you guys. Honest to goodness, you do that, and you're going to get a bunch of orders when you're sleeping. And isn't that what we want? Like, that's what I want all day long, man. Give it to me. Woo! Right? That's the point. So be smart. Make sure you've got that in there, okay? And if you're going to talk to someone personally or they're texting you back to ask about the kits, think about solutions, right? Present possible solutions for what's going on in their lives. So maybe they've got a girlfriend's birthday's coming up, or it's Mother's Day. That one is really coming upon us. I don't know if you guys realize it's like a week or so away. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Be prepared, right? I'm actually doing the Bella Bloom. That's what I'm giving this year. Normally I give regular flowers, but, I mean, we all know they die, right? 3 days later, you got to toss them. That's not fun. So this way, I've got something beautiful they'll have forever. So maybe talk to them about that. Like, here's a solution. You could do that, or it makes a great gift for something else. So be thinking about different ways to market your products. And if you are active and you're doing these things, I promise you'll get results. One thing that I want to talk about just to close is that this webinar was just one in a series of trainings we're going to be doing. So we're going to have our little trainings, our webinars, every Wednesday at 10 a.m. and 4:30 Mountain Standard Time. They'll be about 30 minutes long, and what we're trying to do is help you guys build a business. Because I know when you start out, it can be a little scary, right? So we're going to address really important stuff, like next Wednesday, how do you find people? So you've worked with like 20 people already, now what? Right? You thought of your immediate family. How many parties can you hold with them? Right? You're like, yeah, we got to find other people. Well, we have the solution because we've been doing this for a while, and we're going to help you. And after that, we'll get into how to talk to people and all these other great things that are going to help you with your business. So make sure you show up. We want to hear from you. Okay. That's it. You've listened to me long enough. All right. Thanks for calling in, and we will see you guys next week.
Great. Thanks, guys. And again, just so you know, we'll be posting this on our YouTube channel, so you'll be able to watch it if you missed the first few minutes or you want to watch it again for reference. Thanks.